So, hello, once again. So, I mentioned in my video that I could have been a football superstar a long, long time ago. I just had to do things for God. Now I know why I wasn't able to fulfill that dream of mine. But not to say that I can't fulfill your dream. Now, I'm here to help you wherever I can. So, today, I'm going to show you a great way to improve your skills in the game of football, which is soccer, as some people know it by. So first, there are only a few little things that you need to know about soccer, but those few things are entailed with a lot of little tricks that you need to pick up along your way. And from my experience, not playing on the top flight, which I can play right now, even at my age, but for what I've learned, and I'm going to give these gifts to you so you can improve your game and go out there and make a better world for yourself and your family. And hopefully, in that process, you can share your dreams, which is whatever you have made, onto the rest of the world and be as forgiving and giving as I would be. So, there are only four things that you need to know about soccer, which is number one, control. You gotta have control of the ball at all times. That's why you can catch the ball with your feet anytime, anywhere on the football field. Now, we're talking about on the football field. We're not talking about out in the street or out in the yard. We're talking about when it is showtime. That's when you need to perform, and that's what you train yourself for. So, first of all, control. Your passing gotta be perfect, and soon I'll show you how to make it even beyond perfect. Three, which is shooting or kicking straight. You got to be able to kick straight. Oh yeah, you're not going to kick straight all the time, but 95% you want it to be accurate. And the fourth thing. Now the fourth thing is dribbling. That's right, dribble the ball, which is control in a way, but dribbling is the fourth. Now how do you control your dribbling? Take steps forwards and backwards to the side, either side. I'll show you in future videos how to do it. But every step that you take, just walk with the ball in your backyard around in circles. But first of all, walk with the ball. Take a step in front of you, and every time you take your step, left and right, that ball's got to be right at your tip of your toes, on your left foot and on your right foot. Just take your time, practice this around in your backyard, wherever, on the park, round and round and round, until you feel confident at it. It will take you probably a couple of weeks. But then after a while, you'll get confident and you know that the ball's going to be there. You don't have to try. And then you start zigzagging with the ball, which is touch with the ball on the inside of your foot and then touch it with the outside of your foot while you're dribbling it forwards with your right foot. And then do it with your left foot. I'll show you in future videos how to do it. But if you can imagine what I'm talking about, because imagination is a big part of the real game. As you know, imagination helps you inspire, feel. It's like using the force as in Star Wars. You go and use the force to feel that ball. That's control. Now, getting back to control, you go and use the force. You got to feel it throughout your whole body. Your whole body got to love the game, got to love the football. So when it comes to it, you're going to cushion it. You know where to put your foot. And the trick is, you can't control the football that great yet because you are not one with the ball. When you are one with the ball, you feel so confident that it just sticks to your body. Where the ball is, you put your feet there or your body, whichever part you want, you will be so comfortable doing it. And you're not awkward, you adapt yourself so easily that your body will be just there to cushion it all the time. Not every time perfect, but 95% is good. And every percent after that, well, that's how great you can be. After 90% to 95, if you can reach that perfection, with your pass, control, dribbling, and your control, then every single one after that, 96, 97, 98, 99, no one's ever going to reach 100. See, Pele, he was close to 100. He was 99 and a half. Maradona, probably 99 and a half too. And me, I'm probably about 96. I'll show you that in the future, what I can do with the football. But this is the first lesson. So, to be able to shoot straight, sometimes it's your shoelaces that get in the way. That's why it doesn't go straight. When you're under pressure, everything's got to go perfect. And your calculations is just off by just a touch, which is just probably a quarter of a mil off. And then, soccer's the world's hardest sport, so it's hard for you to be able to kick straight in away in the start. So if you can play football, you're already a great person. Now it's to be able to perform on the stage when it matters. That's where it counts. Now that's where you need to find the strength and the courage and the confidence. Confidence is understanding what you are doing. You gotta perceive what the game is going, what's happening around you, and what you're gonna do. It's like a Jedi. You already know kind of what you're gonna do because your mind never rests. You might rest your body during the game, but you're always thinking what's happening, where's the ball's gonna go. It's like multitasking. You gotta be able to breathe, take a breather, walk, and think at the same time. Once you can multitask in soccer, you become a better player. You'll be able to foresee things that are happening. You will see it happening before it even happens. So you can be there where you need to be. And position yourself is very, very important. Positioning is one of the most important things besides the skill. The skill, you can learn it over time. I've done it in 5 years, but I only played once and trained once a week, and that was lazy. But I can break it all down to you. So within a year, you should be able to have the confidence and the skill and the ability to be able to produce the goods on game day and show what you are made of and what you can do. And I'm giving you this opportunity to learn all this. There's a lot to absorb, but this is for the intermediate player that already can play, but just needs to adjust their game, take it to the next few levels to reach an expert level. It's not what you can do. You can kick kind of straight, you can pass kind of straight, and you can control pretty good, but it's making it almost perfect. Control can never be perfect. You can try to be almost perfect, 95%. Passing, you can take it to 110%. You shouldn't make mistakes. And that's the difference between a professional and an amateur, is how much mistakes they make. You gotta minimize your mistake. Yeah, sure, you might make one here when it's hard under pressure, and those real intricate moments when you're fighting for the ball. Yes, that's understandable, but every other opportunity you should be able to see and give yourself time. Because great players have all the time in the world. Why? Because they already see this Jedi mind trick, which is they see it panning in front of them. They're always thinking what's happening, where the ball's going, what's happening, who's going to go where, what's he going to do. You as a player, you should know what you're going to do in what situation. So this is the game plan before you even go play. So when you're caught in a situation, where you're going to move the ball on the field, which player you're going to look for, which position are you going to pass the ball to. You got to already know this before you play the game, and not do it while you're in the heat of the moment. And that's where you make mistakes, and your passing is not accurate, and your control, it takes a bit too long. So with control, the faster you control it, the more time you have. That's why great players have all the time in the world, because they already can control it like that. And therefore, they're already ready for what's going to happen. So they're already making moves for the next in a split of a second. Don't have to think about it, wasting energy. Think on the soccer field, when you think you're wasting energy, you might not think so, but you're tired. That tires your body mentally, and therefore you're always draining yourself, your systems, and therefore you're always tiring. Just try and make up time, and you're under pressure all the time. While great players already know this, therefore they're already ready for the moment, the situation, and when they get the ball, they already know what they're going to do. They already know where they're going to pass the ball. That's why they can pass it straight and accurate. They're not under pressure. The heart's not beating like 1,000 miles an hour. Because I know I played the game. And yeah, when you first start playing the game, you're under tremendous pressure. Because you're not that confident and the pressure's there, but you got to be able to perform on pressure moments. And this is what great players are made from. Yes. So, we will get on to that passing beyond perfection, as I was saying. When you create this pass, it's when you pass the ball and the player has to try to get there, that means it's kind of straight. But if you can pass the ball to his feet, that's perfect. But that depends. If the player that you're passing the ball to is tended to by a defender, then you pass it to the space 1 or 2 meters to his side. Professional players know this. But for all your other amateurs, this is how it is. But when he's running into space, you pass the ball straight to his feet because he's not under pressure, so he needs to control the ball quickly. Now, that passing beyond perfection, this is how it is. My passing game is beyond perfection. Not that I can pass the ball like what I just said to you, those 2 examples, but I can pass the ball into the right space where the player will get to without him even understanding what is going on, that he just needs to be there, right where the ball is, and as long as he makes contact with the ball, because the pass is so smooth, the spin on it is great, the power is perfect, that he just needs to touch the ball. He knows what to do with the ball. He knows where to position it. Because you put energy, like I said, like a Jedi, you got to use energy and feel the game. You got to want him to have that ball so much that that you are the one that's receiving the ball. And when you pass the ball, you got to imagine that you're the one that's receiving the ball off you. And that's how you make a great pass. And even with that pass that you created, you got to create. Passing is not just passing the ball, it's creating that pass. And that pass is creating opportunities. So you think of it that way. So you can start and feel, imagine where the ball's going to go past the next step. So with that, you start off with that and you see it will get better and better in time. And after a while, you see that you'll be ready for the game. You'll be making passes. You'll be jumping over the ball like the professionals, skipping over it, doing tricks and that. Now, to that stage. Doing tricks. Yeah, sure, you can practice a lot of little tricks that move around your feet, under your legs and that, try to get around defender. But it hardly ever works. I just see professional players don't actually ever use it. They do. Sometimes they get away with it. And it looks beautiful. But the best way to get around a player is through dribbling. Not doing the tricks, it's just pure control dribbling from left and right foot. You gotta be able to practice to dribble with your left and a little bit with your left, with your, whichever foot you're used to, with your weaker feet. So start integrating your weaker foot into your dribbling skills every week, okay? Because you know you can already dribble. It's not going to be perfect because you're not professional yet. So I know that your dribbling skills, even with your confident feet, is not there yet. So you still got to do that trick I told you. Take steps left, right, and that ball's going to be right where your tiptoe is. So every time you take a stride, the ball's right there. Yeah. So your power as you tiptoe to push the ball, to dribble the ball slowly to your next step and the ball to be there, well, that will slowly come to you in time if you practice what I just told you. And now, onto kicking straight. I forgot where I was going, but we'll get onto kicking. I told you, there's only 4 things to learn, but a lot of little things in between it that you need to know to make you a great player. It's all the little tricks of the trade that makes you great. It's not what you can do. Your kick, your pass control, and your dribble. Most people can do that already. It's how you work it. It's all the little things you do in between that makes you exponentiate to become a great player and to play great on the great stage, on the big stage. So, kicking. Most strikers can't kick straight when they get opportunity at scoring a goal. Why? Because they're under so much pressure, they're just rushing it and trying to blast the ball. You never shoot with 100% anyway. Most players, and you know, when you go shoot, you try to blast it and use over 100% power. No. Every time you shoot, try to score, use 75% power to shoot, okay? Trust me, you keep on practicing at 75% power when you shoot for goal, you'll have more control. And with that control comes power and accuracy. You're not going to have the most beautiful power, but you have at least 90% power with 75% efficiency, 75% effort. You keep on practicing that, and you'll get 75. Once you become more confident, see that trick when I told you, when you already perceive what's happening, you already know what you're doing when you're dribbling, where players are coming from left, right, and center. You're getting the ball through. You gotta be already in your mind, know this, and you'll know this once you practice your dribbling. When you have more control, when you have control, therefore you understand the situation better, and therefore you'll be able to be more confident and more comfortable even in under pressure moments when you try and dribble the ball through and try and shoot for goal, or just try and dribble the ball through and passing it to the next player. It's because of this. It's what I said to you earlier. So you have all the time in the world, even though it's like that. But you're dribbling inside, outside, and you've got to be able to shoot bang. You'll be able to do that. So when you shoot, you're 75% power. Because you're under so much frustration in your head that you're trying to get a shot through. What you got to be thinking is when you take that shot, is that if you can get that shot, it'll be good. Don't try to rush the shot. Just try to get the shot in. And so when you get there, use poise with 75% power. 75 power means over average, yes, you know. And they put a bit of effort into it with a bit of guidance to the ball. And therefore you'll be able to curve the ball and push the ball. So when you kick it into a goal, it's not actually kicking, you're pushing the ball with a kick. Because you've got a bit more control to be able to grasp that ball with your feet. That split 1/100th of a second to be able to control that ball and move it in the direction you want. Now kicking, see, to make it dead straight, yeah, you can kick straight when there's no pressure on the field when you're practicing, but when you're on the game and the pressure's on, yeah, that's when you start spraying it because you're just trying to rush it with power, and therefore your accuracy is weighted by your emotional state, and which is trying to want it so much, which is you want the goal so much that you're just trying to push it with all your anger and all your might, and you're just hoping. No, so when what I told you is when you're 75%, you're controlling, you're commanding the ball. And if it gets blocked because you're not quick enough, well, it gets blocked or it gets ricochet sometimes. And ricochet sometimes helps, but at least you know you got control. Because football, power is nothing without control. You can have the hardest kick, but if it doesn't go where you want it to, or pass it, or control it, then where? You're going to have to waste time by trying to get the ball back. But if you can have control, you got it going exactly where you want, and therefore you feel good, and that will actually give you more energy back because you feel good about yourself that you made it go straight, and you give your team energy by not making a mistake as well. And that's how you build energy within a team camaraderie. not just taking energy off your team and off yourself by miscontrolling the ball and wasting that split second to be able to push that pass into the next phase. Every little pass helps. You got to build to play football and to be a great team to win. You got to be able to build energy, make up time. Great teams make up time. They don't waste times while let the opposition chase the ball down. You're going to make the opposition run, trying to make them make up time too. When you're making up time, you make them try to catch up on time as well. Therefore, they'll be wasting their energy on doing it. I hope you understand what I just said. You just practice what I tell you and replay this video over and over again, and you'll know by the end of my lessons that you become a great player. And it's up to you to become great, to put yourself out there and promote yourself and play. So, with that, that's the kicking. Now the control. How do you practice control? Control is what I told you. Always keep the ball on the ground. You only kick past the ball over the top if you're going for really long distance passes. But I think the game of soccer, you should keep the ball on the ground most of the time. Unless you're going for a long pass, then yes, chip it in the air. And with passing, there's all different kind of ways, as you know. And I'll show you this in the future videos. It's going to take me a while to put it together, but you just listen to these things that you need to know in your head first. This is the most important thing. The other things are just aesthetics. They'll come in time. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. But you should be able to know this by what I've been saying to you. So kicking the ball. Now, what I meant was passing the ball. We're up to passing the ball. Passing the ball. No, we're up to controlling the ball. Sorry. There's a lot to take in. That's why I'm trying to put it all into cohesion. Yeah. So anyway, controlling the ball. Sorry. Controlling the ball is what I've been telling you. Take steps one step at a time in front of you and make sure the ball's at your feet. And like you dribble, inside tap and outside tap with the ball of your left foot and your right. So that's your right foot, and then you use your left foot. Inside, outside as you move forward, yeah? And the ball's got to be right there. Just walk it. You don't need to run with the ball. You're already doing that with your dribbling in the game, running, and that. Don't know how you're doing it with the inside of your foot and on the outside at the tip of your toe and on with your left foot. Yeah, combination of all of them, yes. But with this slow walking action on technique, you will start integrating that into your game. And as you get more comfortable, and this is what you need to practice all the time, even in before a game when you're trying to warm up, practice game or real game, you need to be able to have control of that ball. As you already know, it's not kicking the ball or juggling it 1,000 times. Where do you ever see players juggle 1,000 times in the game? They never do. Not more than once or twice, rarely even more than once when they're trying to control the ball, which bounce the ball, chip it, kick it over the top of their players, or chip it over themselves, look fancy, and turn around and dribble, control the ball and dribble. So control has got nothing to do with the game. It's all about posting stuff that will work in the game because that's where it all matters. Otherwise, you can be a theatrical soccer player, which is you juggle the ball off every part of your body on the streets, and it's just a showman. This is not what you want. What you want is to be able to make play the game and make money. Now, what I'm telling you will make you rich. And hopefully in the future you can give back to society what I've taught you, which is follow the good things that the world has offered you. And JJ, King Prawn, that I am, I'm giving this gift to you. So with control, and you can practice control all different kind of bounce the ball off the wall and then control it, and that's easy enough as it is. But control is very important, so practice that, and practice dribbling, These two are the most important thing. The passing, you already can pass pretty accurate, so they'll come in time. You just need to know what I've told you. And kicking, they'll come in time too. And what I've told you, you get better at it. And yeah, it's like it's like when you practice these things, practice in matrix form. Do it, imagine it in your mind really slow, and when you practice, you do it slowly. Yeah, you know what I mean. Just do it in slow mo, and you see to get the technique right first, and then you can go faster and faster, and then that's when we start getting more power, and that's when you can build in power. And great players can go hard and fast because they already know this. They already got the full control in their body systems, yeah, in their mind. They're ready for it, and in their soul too, because they built it in their soul, and that's nowhere. That's why they can control the ball no matter where the ball is, because it's built in their soul, not just your body or what you can do, but you got to build these systems deep in your soul, so all over your body, your aura, it's all feel. All he sees is just that football spinning, and you know exactly how it's spinning, which direction, and how and that's what you gotta look for when the ball's coming your way. You gotta see the ball which way it's spinning exactly. The wind, the crowd, the grass, the atmosphere. You gotta understand all of that as well, not just every soccer field is the same. And you already probably know this, but you gotta really sense it. And that's when you start building the systems in your soul. That your soul knows it. It's not just that you know it superficially or in your mind, but it's absorbed in your mind, in your body, deep within your brain, all over your body, inside your body. And from the inside, your energy will come out slowly to the outside. And that's when you'll be ready to play the game on the elite level. Now, control, kick, passing, and dribbling. Four. Four things you need to know. Kick, control, pass, and dribbling. Doesn't matter which order, but most important order is control, dribbling, passing, and then kick. The two ones in the middle, the pass and the dribbling, it can be vice versa. But they're all important, but the most important is control. So you can make time. So as soon as the ball gets to you, you can do that one pass, one touch pass. Because you already know what you're going to do. You already see the ball's coming to you before a player even passes it. Because you can see that he's in trouble or he's going to pass it to you. So you already know this when he's going to pass you the ball. So you already, before he even passed the ball, when you look at how the game's going, you're going to be thinking, like I said, watch how the game is going. Just don't be ready and waiting. Then when when it's time for you to get the ball or the other players ready to pass your ball, then you got to think where you need to push that ball or pass the ball and what to do with that ball. You got to already be watching and understanding how the game is flowing, and so that's how you know how to position yourself. So the fifth element of soccer is positioning. Yeah, and that's where you know where to position yourself because you already start seeing how the game's going to pan out. So you know where you need to be, and you got to be there early. Make effort. Don't be lazy. Make the effort. Yes, it's hard, but you make that effort first. Get there, and then you can relax and then take a breath. But you waiting for that pass to come to you, then go to it. Then you're still thinking, wasting your energy, exhausting yourself emotionally, mentally, and then you got to have to try to get to that position. Then you got to make effort, extra effort, to try to get there. And when you get there, you're in a rush trying to make that pass to the next phase. But you already, if you do what I told you, you're already perceiving all this. You make that effort into getting to that position. Before he even kicks the ball, you're already almost ready. And before you're almost ready, when you're running to that position or moving to that position, let's rewind that back. As the game is flowing, you got to look on the other side and both sides where your play is, where opposition players. You don't even know exactly where they are, but you got to kind of in back of your head have a rough idea where they are. So you kind of know where the position is, and so you know how kind of far they are from you, and you know how much power to play with once you get the ball. And then if the other player passes the ball to you to the next phase, which is you the next phase of the game, then you're already running there or moving towards that direction. And as soon as the ball is halfway to where you are, you already kind of know what you're doing because you know where the opposition players are kind of, and where all your other players around you are whereabouts are they. Therefore, you already know the direction, kind of direction, and how much power to use already before you even have control of that ball. So as the ball that almost gets to you, as the other player passes you the ball, you already kind of know because you can kind of see. So you have a quick look uh, uh, on the side of your head, and if your players it's in space already because he's supposed to be doing what you be doing. He's supposed to be seeing what you're seeing too, anticipating. It's called anticipating the play. So you should be able, the other player that your player should already anticipate that you're going to get the ball. So he's already moving into position. So since you're going to get the ball, bang, you can one touch it because you already know and you got great control already. You just do one touch to your next phase, and that player is already know what he's doing, and the other player that he's going to get the ball off already knows what he's doing, and that's how you make up time, and that's how you get around opposition. It's moving the ball quick, and when you pass the ball, now let's go to passing the ball. So when you pass the ball, don't telegraph your pass like boxing. When people throw a punch, you can tell whether they can throw a punch because they're throwing from the side. The shoulder's already moving. You can sense that. So when you pass, you gotta not show that you're gonna pass. You just gotta do it quickly. If you understand what I mean, yeah. So it's power comes from quickness too. It doesn't come from just power, pure force. It comes from quickness. The faster you can flick your feet to be able to pass it or kick it with a flick, that's how much the power and the sting to it. I'll show you in the future how I pass and how I kick. Yeah, you're gonna use a little flick, a real quick flick like that with your feet and with your feet with passing and kicking. That's how you get power after you have this control. Then you'll be able to quick it, flick it, and therefore, like great players when they play, they hardly exert any energy because they can do it. They got great poise already, and that no matter where they touch, as long as they're thinking in their mind where they want the ball will go there. You know, great players I'm talking about like Pele, Maradona, even Lionel Messi's pretty good. You know, you can't deny him. Might not won World Cup, but he's pretty good. He's up there. You know, players that have full control of the ball. And I only tell you about these three players because, to my eyes, only these three players so far have great control. Even George Best, the way he dribbles the ball, you watch how he dribbles George Best, you learn off